We must realise how hurt our partner, who is only a child, we're all children, how hurt we have made our partner. And we must do penance. We must make restitution. Flowers and wine, whatever. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is we must talk about it. And we must analyse why it happened. And if we were caught out, we haven't admitted it, it's going to take a long time for the faith to come back into our relationship. But it will, if we love one another. If we love one another, there is no problem in a relationship that can't be solved. If we love one another, we will forgive one another. It'll take time, but we will. When I say again, if you have been in this particular situation and you're having problems sorting it out, go to see a marriage counsellor if you have to. It's only a third party. They'll only tell you what I've told you, but if you feel the need, do it. I give advice as a counsellor. Most counsellors that I've had any experience with are what I call noddies. They sit and they nod, don't say a word. I'm not that type of counsellor. I like to give advice, although I'm probably going against every rule in the book. But because I have the advice to give and it works, I give it. So I'm a rule breaker, I'm a system buster, but I'm a helper. I'm one of life's little helpers, and I'm going to help you. If you listen to me, and if you take my advice. But it's like any help, you know? If you don't take the advice that's given, there will be no help. Because first of all, you have to help yourself, don't you? And you have to make a conscious effort to carry out the things that I'm going to advise you to do. So if there has been an affair, you know that you have to do penance to get forgiveness. And if it means going over every detail, day after day after day, if you're woken up in the middle of the night by an irate partner, why did you do this, why did you do that? Keep your patience, never get angry. Don't get angry, you have to have the patience of the saint. So to avoid going through any of this, don't have an affair. You might be thinking of having an affair at this moment. Don't. Work on your relationship. Court your partner. If your partner has started walking around the house looking like a bag lady or a tramp, tell them. Show a little bit of skin occasionally, you know. Keep fit. Don't have big stomachs and, you know, look attractive to your partner. Don't wear socks in bed, because that's a real put-off. And don't think that sex is going to happen after a busy day at the office and a busy night washing dishes and changing nappies. It's not. Passion can't be turned on and off unless you're 16 or 20. It needs to be nurtured. So nurture it. Have a night alone. Go out at least once a week. Just the two of you. No friends. You need to talk. You can't talk around your children. And you do need to talk. And don't sit there like some couples, I say, and don't say a word to one another. If you've got to that situation, there's something wrong and you do need to see a counsellor. There's always something to talk about. Especially the way the world is at the moment. It's an endless subject. So talk to one another. You used to talk. I hope you used to talk. So where's that gone? And don't only talk about the children or the business. Talk about yourselves. How have you been feeling lately? How's work? You know how beautiful you look tonight? Talk as you used to talk. Partner to partner. Not ball and chain to ball and chain. If you love one another, you'll cure the relationship. And if you don't, there's not a lot that any of us can do about it. If you don't love one another, well, it's pointless staying together, really, isn't it? And don't do it for the children. They'll pick up on the animosity. They might learn to hate each other. And we don't want that. We don't want children seeing that. So if you don't love one another, think about separation. If you've really thought long and hard, if you started being like a sibling relationship, like a brother and a sister, forget it. Unless you can reignite the flames. And there is some passion beneath it all. And there's usually passion to be found if you work on it. So work on the passion, and then we'll keep the relationship going. And don't let bills cause you such stress that it makes you angry. Because anger leads to us losing our temper. And we usually lose our temper with the people closest to us. They're our whipping boys. And it's not fair. And it's not helping the situation. There is always a way out of a problem. There's no problem that can kill us. Problems make us stronger. And everyone has a problem. Everyone on this planet has a problem. The richest people on this planet have a problem. Money doesn't make you happy. I know those of you who are struggling at the moment will think that that is a ridiculous statement, but it doesn't. It helps. And it helps us do things that we enjoy. But it's not the answer to the problem. And it's not going to make you a happy person. It's not going to cure your relationship. If you're in debt now and you think, when the debt's paid, etc., then we'll work on the marriage, that's not soon enough. You work on the marriage now. If you have a strong marriage, you'll work on the debt together and you'll fight it. You'll be positive together. So that's what you must do. Work together. In future, work as a couple, work together and talk to one another. And get the sex back into your relationship. And you parents out there, never make negative statements to your children. It horrifies me sometimes in a supermarket when I hear the way some parents are talking to their children, criticising them, telling them they're stupid. One day I'll explain to you what that actually does to a child. But let's just say that most of the people who come to me as a counsellor come to see me because of things that they were told when they were children. Sometimes when they were toddlers, they take it all in. From the moment they leave the womb, they take it all in. So never say anything negative in front of a child or to a child. And if you have worries within the relationship, the children will pick it up. If you're whispering in corners about your debts, children are going to find out straight away. And to the children, it'll be a very scary thing, because they don't know that it can be solved. I know that many of you are facing foreclosures on your properties. I wish I had enough money that I could say to all of you, I'll pay it all off. If I was Bill Gates, I would. But I'm not in that position. But I can tell you how to avoid foreclosure on your houses. Or how to, if you do reach that position, how to overcome it. If you have a bad credit rating, if you're up to your neck in debt, I can help with that, with advice. And I'll talk about that in another broadcast. But I'll leave you with the snippets that I have mentioned about relationships. That's the basics. The basic things that keep a marriage together. Because every marriage needs to be worked on. I've been married for 36 years. And I think if I didn't go away with my husband occasionally, away from our children who live with us, and we can talk, and things that have been on my mind for a week since I've had a conversation with him are accumulating, I probably would end up throwing knives at him. Because we become illogical with children. Sometimes we feel neglected if we don't get that attention. We all need attention. So I'll leave you with a basis of rules on how to keep your marriage going. And any of you who are thinking of having an affair, and you are in a relationship, forget it. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.